What's going on, guys? Quick review of a product that I do think has flown under the radar for some people, including myself. Because everybody's looking for adjustable dumbbells. I think they're a staple in most people's home or garage gyms, and I'm reviewing based on what I'm seeing is one of, if not the cheapest and heaviest adjustable dumbbell on Amazon. That is also a quick change dumbbell, which are my personal favorites, meaning that you simply just turn a dial to adjust the weights and you're ready to go. So what I'm talking about are the AtivaFIT adjustable dumbbell set. This company's been around for a while, and I think they've had other kind of smaller increment models that I've seen featured before. I didn't know they made a dumbbell that goes up to 88 pounds. I get solicited adjustable dumbbells all the time. A lot of times I just turn them down because they're not really for me. But when I saw this thing with the price, what it was sitting at, also when I did talk to the company, they said they were gonna give me an exclusive kind of affiliate discount that would be even cheaper on their website, because 9 times out of 10, Amazon is cheaper. That did not happen, unfortunately, at least at this point in time. I would definitely steer you guys to Amazon, where you can get these things right now. And according to what I'm seeing, this is one of the lowest sales I've seen on Amazon based on the price history, sitting at $479, which is why I wanted to make this video out there. If you guys do pick it up, help support me in the channel, or check them out, check out that affiliate link down below in the description box. I do want to say right up front, while this adjustable dumbbell set is not perfect, I personally have no problem personally buying this and using this, and also recommending it at this price point, also considering the high weight increments. I'll make some shots comparisons to my snow adjustable dumbbells, which I certainly do love, but those are $400 more than this, and they actually have a lower weight increment. I'll even go a step further and say something somewhat heretical, which most people are gonna get mad at. People already know if they watch my channel. I do not like power blocks, which are much more expensive, and people like those. I think these actually feel better in your hand. I've had power blocks for many years, recently sold my 90-pound pair set. I actually even got a chance to recently try out some pro models at Forest USA headquarters, which they do sell on their website. Actually, use my affiliate code will actually save you some money in power blocks if you guys are interested. But even using power blocks, I just didn't like the way those things kind of felt in your hand. These things are, again, not perfect, but I'll say out of personal preference, all that to say is that for a cheap pair of adjustable dumbbell set, I actually could get by and actually use these. You guys are seeing some of the unboxing already. It came very tightly sealed and secured, comes with a workout chart. Really needs no explanation. Pretty much it's ready to go out of the box. You push the button down, you turn the dial, and there you go. I do want to point out something that is of some concern that would be to me personally in the environment I'm working out at, is that when I checked out the instruction sheet, I just looked at the care and maintenance. They actually say here, quote, it should not be stored outdoors, in a garage, or outbuilding. So I did reach out and ask them why that's the case, and I kind of assumed as much. While these are all iron plates, and even the inside core has a lot of metal with it, they are covered with some sort of a coating, and they're saying that coating over time through humid, just more moisture-rich environments like my garage, which gets very hot in here, especially right now, it will kind of maybe degrade the coating, and then eventually the metal iron will rust. And I'm assuming if you kind of set this thing down enough on the ground on a certain surface, the bottom will wear. So I anticipate that this would rust if it was left in my personal garage, because it does get so humid and the temperature changes are all over the place. But it basically should go without saying that these things are really recommended for indoor use. As you pull this thing out of the box, the biggest things that are apparent that maybe aren't as obvious in the picture is that these things are definitely pretty big. However, you guys are seeing a shot here compared to my snow Dumbbells, which aren't as kind of high off the ground. They are actually longer than these, even considering these are actually a heavier weight set. But not really a surprise to me based on this very popular design that is made famous of, I would say, the most popular adjustable dumbbell set right now, running is the Bowflex adjustable dumbbell set. Looks very similar, and I'll just say this too, if you're considering this or a Bowflex, I don't see why you consider the Bowflex, because for almost the same amount of money, you're getting almost double the weight. Also, the insides here are metal, not plastic compared to the Bowflex. But maybe Bowflex, it's the test of time, maybe it's designed a little better, I don't know. Point is, very similar to the Bowflex design. So aside from just like height-wise, you can see length-wise, because of this type of design, that's why many people do not like these types of things. Wouldn't be my personal preference long-term. Gets the job done, but you can see, these things just look huge no matter how you cut it and you're holding it in your hand, especially if you're like a smaller frame person and you're gonna be using these things. What is kind of nice about it though is, given the octagon shape, this thing will not be rolling around. So you can put it down and it will stay exactly where it is in the ground, which I do appreciate, as my snows like to roll around all over the place. But as you've also probably noticed, this is not flat here. So it is not comfortable, and you're not really gonna wanna set these things down on your thigh. So basically getting up from like a heavy bench press, something like that will cause, some issues. I don't know if it's really meant for it. I did stack it vertically and did some things like kind of some vertical squats with the dumbbell kind of facing vertically, so it seems to be okay, but maybe I probably wouldn't recommend that. Just like all adjustable dumbbells, I would not drop this or bang it, anything like that, but it is great again that this is metal and not plastic. What is plastic is the cradle. It seems like a sturdy enough plastic, but this would be something that would kind of freak me out if I was relying on these long term, is that obviously if the core gets dinged up, that little plastic little insert gets dinged up a little bit, you're kind of going to be out of luck with these. Not to keep comparing to the Bowflex, but it's hard not to because the design is so similar. The Bowflex has 15 increments going up to a max load of 55. These have only 12 increment settings, which is still decent. That are a little weird, but it wouldn't really necessarily bother me. They go up to 11, 18, 25, 32, 39, 46, 53, 60, 67, 74, 81, and 88 pounds. Now, I will definitely continue to test these things out, and I will pin a comment down below if anything goes wrong with these, but to kind of give you my initial thoughts about how it feels practically putting it through, just some ropes through a workout. And the reason I really wanted to push this review out soon was because based on what I'm seeing on the price difference throughout time, this seems to be one of the lowest price points they have it at, so I want to get this review out soon versus when that price maybe spikes up in the future. All the major basic exercise that I would do with this thing felt fine. Of course, like I said, it's going to be kind of long when you're doing things like, say, bicep curls, and this thing's kind of hitting you off to the side. Not really a huge deal in my opinion. There is this infamous kind of rattle back and forth. Any adjustable dumbbell set, you're gonna hear some of that. Some have more or less of that. I thought it was actually fine. It felt good in my hand. That's the biggest thing, is how this thing feels locked in your hand. Some of these like to kind of pull a hard direction one way or the other, like to kind of spin. Even power blocks, like I said, personally, they feel like there's a lot of room and there's more space. This feels honestly tighter to me than a power block, given I just tried that Power Block Pro recently. So it feels fine, but you're gonna have, that rattle. Probably one of the biggest downsides to me, and they do have a stand which would make this a little bit easier, is that when you go and actually rack the weights, that's something I wanted to show you, given kind of the weird nature of how they kind of switch the increments out. When you're gonna go ahead, depending on the weight setting, you're gonna see a bunch of clips here of me just showing you in real time what it looks like kind of fitting the actual core back into the cradle. So that can be a little awkward depending on, like right now I got 35 pounds locked in. If it's totally flat, it's not bad, but you can see it's this outer plate that likes to kind of mess things up. So that's something I don't like. Can you see that there? Other than that though, guys, I really have zero complaints about this for the price and what you're getting. Big downside is, again, that I recommend it being in the garage. So for me, long term, I wouldn't want to keep these in the garage. But for the price, the weight increments, this would certainly be great for me. They are metal, and there's a lot of options out there in the market where you can make micro increment increases in weight, or maybe some magnets on here, so that's also possibly an option. Any questions, comments, feedback, let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next video.